Yes. So the major crisis of the world can be addressed effectively only through the Vedic Sanatana Dharma. And that is the purpose with which we started this course. And for the first time, I have covered the Vedas in addition to what I covered previously, the Darshanas and Vedangas also I covered for the first time. And Upanishads I covered earlier also. So in the earlier course, we had basic introduction on the circumstances. Yes, it will be shared personally for those who request. Otherwise, it will not be hosted in YouTube, this particular session. Okay. So the first level, we covered just the environmental aspects pertaining to the Vedas. Not much was explained or analyzed. And Vedangas also was like giving a feel and touch of the overall scenario. So this time we could not get any top Vedic scholar, so I had to intervene in my own capacity, whatever little knowledge I have or I may not have. So I have presented or done my own bit of explaining my understanding of the Vedic framework and some of the chapters in the Vedas, the Suktas, I have explained in my own way. And the Vedangas, I touched only the Vyakarana Vedanga, but other Vedangas, we don't have speakers. Maybe we'll get later. Then Darshanas, of course, I covered last time, and whatever I have not covered last time, I have covered this time. Except Mimamsa Darshana, we have another speaker who is going to speak on Mimamsa Darshana. So Vedanta Darshana, we entered the orbit, as someone said. So Upanishads are the core Vedanta Darshana. Of course, some of you may have a basic question: why Upanishads, why Bhagavad Gita, why Brahma Sutras, why Vedas? They're all belonging to different periods. That is why they're all there. They're not of the same time. In fact, I have some half a dozen properties. People ask, why did you buy half a dozen? Because I bought half a dozen properties over a period of 50 years. So every time, every 5-10 years, I buy one property in a different circumstance and different reason. So in a way, the Vedas, Upanishads, and Bhagavad Gita, they all came at different times for different reasons. So post Bhagavad Gita, Buddhist Jain texts also came at different times for different reasons. But that does not mean they oppose 100% Bhagavad Gita or anything like that. Bhagavad Gita does not oppose the Upanishads. It is only presenting an analysis, a very nice user interface, graphical user interface of the same thought content in the Upanishads. And Upanishads are the derivatives of the Vedic text. So the same wisdom, imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave prahur manurikshvakave bravit evam parampara praptamimam rajarshayo vidu sakale naiva mahata yogo nashta parantapa saevaham. So that itself is being told again and again and again in the context of the circumstances and the cause of action, causes of concern at that point of time. Please understand this. So today's causes of concern, context, circumstances, we have to present the same wisdom in the right mold. So why I am telling all this is, why are we delivering this course? Because we hope that you are all going to be teachers of the same wisdom of the Vedas. the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Shastra. So you will become teachers in future and deliver to others what you have learned, what you have understood, so that this knowledge will spread and people will be revived. They will be brought back, ghar wapasi, to the wisdom of the Vedas. So now the Bhagavad Gita, which I will be covering next. From tomorrow I will not be visible to you, but I will come back with Bhagavad Gita. Is a wonderful presentation, graphical user interface to the same wisdom which was there in a complex manner in the Vedas, which is embedded hidden in the Om itself, Omkara Panjara Sukhi. That wisdom is covered in a cage called Om. It encapsulates all knowledge, all wisdom. Upanishad Udyana Keli Kalakanti, Agama Vipina Mayuri. The same wisdom, same knowledge is dancing beautifully in a forest called Vedas. Vedas are as vast and as complex, as hard as the forest. And same knowledge, wisdom is beautifully audible in the garden called Upanishads. Upanishad Udyana Keli Kalakanti, Agama Vipina Mayuri, Omkara Panjara Sukhi, Aryam Antar Vibhavaye. It lives in the hearts of the respected scholars. And how does this knowledge appear? Desika Rupena Darshadaya. It appears in the form of a teacher. And I want all of you to become teachers. And for what purpose? Abhyudayam, for progress, for survivability, for protection, for welfare. The very basic concept of oneness of humanity, oneness of creation, oneness of existence, which even our Prime Minister declared in the US Congress. We have to salute to him for having said that. Nobody has said it till today in any Congress, any international forum. People are like loggerheads, they're trying to kill each other. What is happening in Ukraine? All white men, both sides are whites, but they are killing each other. All are Christians. They all believe in love of Jesus, but they are killing each other. The contradictions. Because they have no true understanding, they have no true commitment, they have no true realization. So that is why we require this Vedic wisdom to percolate. The so-called religion of peace and the so-called religion of love, they do the opposite of what they are supposed to do. What a tragedy it is. The so-called single God and single religion has 300 different denominations. And they are at loggerheads. They kill each other among themselves. Not to speak of only the white races killing each other. So what does this indicate? It's a global crisis. There is no true spirituality. There is no true religion. There is no true wisdom. It is all gone with the wind. It is all in the docks. It is on the desert sands. People are just at loggerheads with each other. They want to kill each other. Even within a house, there is a continuous, constant strife between husband and wife, between father and son, between brother and brother, between boss and subordinate, between subordinates, amongst subordinates. Why this strife is happening? There is no peace. Shantamuleka Saukyamule. If you don't have peace, how can you have welfare and happiness and comfort? So to bring world peace is our objective. So what Loka Kalyanam and was through the concept of oneness, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So that is why this course is being delivered, and you should also deliver to others, to your children or to your students or disciples or friends. So we have to go in a bigger scale of course, as an IAS officer, Deepak Singhal asked how this course can become a global course, like that he was asking. So that is the whole idea. I think I have been reasonable in putting efforts with the more than active collaboration and contribution by the VSS executives, or my own, like my own brothers and sisters. Because of their cooperation, I am able to deliver this course. Otherwise, I won't be able to reach all of you also. So Prabhakar Rao Garu and Babu Garu are my own brothers, I feel, and Vishalakshi Garu is like my own sister. Chala Chitbabu is also, is my childhood friend's brother. So, and PS Murthy and others, these are all my contacts. Earlier also I had many of my contacts attending this course. So in fact, most of the speakers are my own contacts, not all, but 90%. And more than 70% or 60% of the course is being delivered by me and my partners, particularly the yoga, people like Vijbhushan and Ravi Kumar. They are like my own brothers, part of my system. So now you can open the forum for question answers.
Okay. I think the chat box questions are answered.
Yeah, the chat box is over, unless until the new ones come.
Now, I will, anybody raising hands? If you are not raising hands, then I will open the platform. I'll unmute everybody. Okay. Let me unmute.
Thank you for appreciative comments. I'm heartened for your appreciation, for your association, for your involvement. In fact, I remember two different organizations. One is the Tech Mahindra, previously Satyam. They used to call every employee as an associate. They don't say employee, they say associate. And another organization is Nirankari Samaj, where they call everyone Mahatma. Everybody will be said Mahatma, Mahatma. So we meet, everyone say Mahatma. So I say Mahatma to all of you. So you are all Mahatmas for having attended these courses with commitment, and you will become even greater Mahatmas when you teach to others, even children or others. So everybody has to, of course, the important thing is what is to be taught to whom. Like a child is there, a child can learn Bhagavad Gita by heart, like I was taught by the mother or by father or by other teachers at young age. Otherwise, in the old age, it will not come. It's not possible to memorize. Or Sanskrit language, Sanskrit grammar, Panini, or yoga. Today, I'm able to teach all of this because I learned all this in my childhood. As early as 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 12 years. And then I had the privilege of having the compassion of my gurus who are still in my continuous contact, mentally, of course. Physically, they are not there, but so great gurus, great personalities, my mother herself to start with, and then my yoga guru, Dikshitul Garu. Then I have Swamiji Sirananda Bharti of the Bade Dhuniwala Samsthan and his gurus, Chota Dhuniwala and Bade Dhuniwala. I pray to all of them daily, every time, continuously. Then I also learned the Vedas from Kuppa Venkatachalapati Somayaji, who became a monk, later the great elder grandfather of the present Shankaracharya of Sringeri. And then I also learned a few other things from others. So of course, my knowledge is very limited, but whatever little I had two hands. I have put one hand in the modern knowledge and I put the other hand in the ancient knowledge. Normally, people put both hands in only one. either modern or ancient, not both.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
You see, we have learned some Upanishads. Is it possible to, have a overview or sort of comparing each other or anything like that during this time now?
No, I'll put it this way. The 108 Upanishads, the vast ocean of knowledge and wisdom, 108, can be divided into some 3-4 categories. The Vedanta Upanishads, the Yoga Upanishads, and the Vaishnava Upanishads, Shaiva Upanishads, and Shaktaya Upanishads. So around 46 are Vedanta Upanishads. The another 20, around 20 are the Yoga Upanishads. And the rest can be put into Vaishnava, Shaiva, Shaktaya Upanishads. Of course, there is no Buddhist Upanishad because they came later and they are not affiliated to the Vedic authority. So somebody added on Allopanishad also recently, which is of course controversial. So these Upanishads, the Yoga Upanishads, they cover yoga from A to Z. The practical aspects and the higher aspects, spiritual aspects. I've covered, I think, once or twice previously Yoga Upanishads. My lectures are there. So from those Yoga Upanishads came the entire system of yoga, the asanas, pranayama, everything. Of course, some people say the Yoga Upanishads were added later compared to the Vedanta Upanishads. Maybe, may not be. So the Vedanta Upanishads again are principal Upanishads are 10. Isha, Kena, Katha, Mundaka, Mandukya, Chandogya, Aitreya, Taitriya, Brihadaranyaka, and Shvetashvatara. So we have covered in the first course and the second course many of these. Of course, some of them are very big. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, very complex also. Chandogya Upanishads. So we have not covered those big ones, but you could have made out by now that the essence of the Vedanta Upanishads is one and the same. We of course derived from the Veda proper, Samhita. So that one and the same is the ultimate reality is Parabrahman. And the ultimate reality Parabrahman can be reached through Adhyatma Yoga, the spiritual yoga, higher yoga. And though the theoretical expositions of the Shruti do help a lot, but they are not adequate. They are necessary but not sufficient. The Vedanta Jnanam is necessary but not sufficient, because it will give you the factual position in a theoretical manner, because you have not reached that stage, but still you are trying to know about it. It is like telling about something. Say America is like this, like this, like this. Fine, you can hear as much as you want, but until and unless you go there, you cannot experience it. So the Kriya Yoga is a brand name given by Yogananda, who is also a very great yogic personality. I read through his books and I attended I visited his ashrams in California. I went to Lake Shrine, which is at Los Angeles. I lived in Los Angeles. And in a place called Encinitas, he has a big ashram and it is headed by one lady. So what has happened in the case of yoga and even in Vedanta, people have opened institutions, put brands as if it is their own. Like the word Kriya Yoga is there in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Tapaswadhyayeswara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga simply means tapas, swadhyaya, and is represented. Whereas these people say it is their own product. They teach a particular sequence of pranayamas and dhyanas, etc., and they get certain experiences. So they gave that brand name. Of course, Ramdev will give another brand name. Ravi Shankar will give another brand name. Jaggi Vasudev will give another brand name. So these brand names are only for marketing purpose. And I belong to the lineage of a guru who says you should not market. In fact, he is such a sannyasi that he didn't even keep ashram. And he just had the only positions he had were two clothes, one on the body and one is drying. No other positions he kept. That is true sannyas. But for the purpose of missionary activity, big properties are acquired and yoga is delivered. Yoga is one of the richest delivery channels. You see the Jaggi Vasudev's Isha Foundation, one of the richest foundations. Mahesh Yogi's institutions are one of the richest in the world, multi-billion dollars. And even Ramdev. So he taught yoga first and then sold Ayurvedic medicines. Then after Ayurvedic medicines, he sold FMCG. And after that, he's selling clothes also. I don't know what else he will sell. The toothpaste, etc. is already. So in the name of yoga, in the name of Patanjali, all kinds of things happen. What does Patanjali do with the toothpaste? So, in fact, I was also invited to his ashram. I was felicitated there in Rishikesh. Before launching this program, they conducted a seminar on management principles in the Vedas. So I was also one of the speakers. Anyway, nobody can stop. At least this is better than many other activities which politicians do. So we are happy that people like Narendra Modi or BJP, under the influence of RSS, are in the helm of affairs in many states and in the center. And we hope they will continue. Otherwise, the Christian missionaries, there are what are called Panchamakaras. Sanjay Dikshit, Jaipur Dialogues channel, talks of Panchamakaras. You know what are they? Normally in Shastra, Panchamakaras means Mamsam, Matsyam, Madhyam. Here it's not that. Here it is Christian missionaries, Marxists, and who are the others? So totally 5 are there, who are the Panchamakaras. So they are the troublemakers, and in non.
You have gone muted.
So I think I have finished whatever I wanted to speak. Any other questions? I will let us close in a few minutes. I want to go.
I just wanted to say one thing. I mean, yesterday I heard your talk on dharana, basically the meditation, which you delivered in 2020. That video you posted in the group.
Yeah, yogic jhanas. Yeah,
exactly. It was very nice, and thank you for that. And now I could understand how to go to the start process of meditation. Forget about the last things are last. The other parts will come, but then the start of meditation.
Yes,
it was very nice.
Yes,
it was a lengthy 1 hour lecture, but it was very nice.
Yeah, I gave a series, Prabhu Speak series,
Yeah.
and IIT Bombay.
Right.
There are many other lectures also you can see if you are interested.
Some questions in chat box.
Yeah, most of it is answered in a different way, but still I'll read out one of the questions. Will Kriya Yoga, as given by Babaji Maharaj through Lahiri Mahashaya spread through world, bring people towards self-realization, and all crises will gradually go. This is the question.
Correct. That's what it is. That's not a question. It's a comment. It's a good comment. Yeah. Next.
Then the other question is, please explain briefly Charvaka philosophy. Any
No,
books?
I am not interested in explaining Charvaka philosophy. I can only say it is a materialism. It is totally wrong. You don't have to explain anything. It is very well practiced all over globe. I don't know if you are also a practitioner of it or not. So materialism, drink, dance, and enjoy. You don't need to explain any philosophy. That's the only thing it is.
The other question is that it's a suggestion. I think it is better to take one Upanishad, analyze mantra by mantra to authoritatively to others, tell others. I think it helps.
It is all being
understand.
done. You can take the Shankaracharya commentaries. There are so many books, so many speakers. I have gone mantra by mantra. I have read every mantra in every Upanishad, but I have not had the time to go word by word. You should have Sanskrit knowledge, grammar knowledge. So you can read, that's better. The word by word analysis is given by Shankaracharya's Bhashyas. Next.
Yes.
Okay, I think we'll close now. I have to go somewhere. I'm getting calls again and again.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu Garu. Thank you for the time today. Shall we stop recording or continue?
Recording can be stopped, I think, because there's a Prarthana and Janaganamana that is still there.
Okay, we'll continue recording in that case. Okay, any interaction with the students? Those who want to speak anything?
Before
Okay.
they start, Chitra R, your PIN number is not there. You will not get attendance. You are as such seen after a long time, I think, because I don't see your name in the earlier classes. So kindly put your PIN. And also, yesterday I wanted to say there is one Gunda Chakradhar. He came at 7:20, left at 7:30. Then the people are joining at 7:15, 7 o'clock, and all times. I mean, they are missing the essence of what is being said. If you don't attend this class right from the start, Pradhana is also a part of the class which gives the initial energy to concentrate on what is being said. Pradhana is just not take a, oh, we can miss. No, it is not like that. Try to understand this and be there in the class, because most of the people are there. Almost 60% of the people are there before 6:30. They attend the Pradhana. So all others are requested to come to the class well in time and take advantage of all the things that are being said from Pradhana to the end of the class. That's what the point. Thank you.
Okay. There is Sadacharam, there are lectures going on Sadacharam Surupam by Narendra Kapreji on Sunday evenings. One thing he said was getting up early in Brahmi Muhurta. That means 5 ghadiyas, 5 ghadiyala mundu, 5 into 24, 2 hours before sunrise. So if you get up at that time, whatever time you spend throughout the day, it will be very, very fruitful, especially the first 2 hours before sunrise. They will be useful. Whatever you do, it will produce good results. So you go through the videos by Narendra Kapreji on Sadachara, means good habits. I think habits only, Acharam means. So whatever we are supposed to do in our life, he is teaching. So please go through that and also attend those. They are in, of course, Sanskrit, but Sarala Sanskrit. All Indian languages are, they have come from Sanskrit only. If you know your language, you can understand Sanskrit with a little bit of effort. In the sense, some verbs, tenses, those things are present tense, past tense. Those, for these verbs, if you know little bit, then Sanskrit you know. Like also pronouns, he, she, it, what you say in Sanskrit. So these 2-3 things, if you know in grammar of Sanskrit, you will understand and also will be able to speak. Main aim is those people who want to speak and have inhibition in speaking, it will give an opportunity, because the way he speaks in the webinar gives you ample opportunity to practice. It is very simple Sanskrit with moderate speed or even low speed, which make you understand how to connect up sentences, how to connect up words. At the same time, he is delivering very important thing in our life, which adds value to all of us. So please do attend those, and also this Brahmi Muhurtam, what I was about to tell is 5 ghadiyala mundu from sunrise, 5 ghadiya means 5 into 24 minutes, that is 120 minutes, that means 2 hours before. Today sunrise is 6:17, that means 4:17. Get up and keep doing something which will be very useful to you, whatever you do. And also, as CC Babu Garu, Challa Chitti Babu Garu is telling, you will not have the problem of, last minute, your connection is not working. And all those things will not be there at all. You will enjoy this session. The tension will not be there. If you come after 10 minutes, the first sentence which is spoken by the teacher will be missing. So the whole connection is gone. So Brahmi Muhurtam is the key to solve all these problems. Okay. So firstly, if you know the roots, then you will solve the problem easily. Like you have depression in your workplace. Why you have depression in your workplace? If you follow 1 or 2 things, you will solve that problem. Like for physical stress, you can do yoga. For mental stress, you go through Gita. So if you do these things sincerely, you will not have mental stress or whatever physical stress in your life. So this is the way you have to, do root cause analysis. Why you are not being able to understand? Because you are coming late in the class, or coming, not taken bath, or not wearing proper clothes. You're still feeling sleepy, or something else is happening behind which you are not. If you do get up early at Brahmi Muhurtam, all these things are solved automatically. Only thing is that you will miss a picture at 11 o'clock in the night. 9 to 11 picture if you want to see. One of these days, okay, but not every day. So sleep early, get up early, your health will be automatically taken care of. Nobody, you don't need a doctor. Do some yoga, do some meditation, whatever you want to do. Do some prarthana, puja after taking bath, and wear fresh clothes, early morning. What else you want in life? This is what. And after that, whatever you do, you will enjoy. This is what Narendra Kapresi is telling. So you attend those classes also.
Sir, I just want to add one small thing that all this, we are now in the second level of course. My suggestion to the administrators is that everybody must be practicing some sort of Sanatan Dharma in their daily life, starting from some prarthana. Say, I am doing Sandhya Vandana. Maybe I don't know the meaning of what I am doing. So they should go through the Google or whatever it is and try to find out the meaning of what they are doing. So I go and try to find out what is Sandhya Vandana, the meaning of the mantra, and what I am doing. So if everyone does one such exercise, I think they will have a better way of doing the ritual of praying and feel happy about doing it. And if they want to share with others, they can share it. This is what is my. They may not come back to Babu Garu and say that I have done this. No, if you do it, it's very fantastic. But then everyone who is doing should understand the meaning of what you are doing. That is what is my suggestion.
Yeah, thank you. So anybody wants to give a write-up like that? Do send me. I will put it in the
I
group.
want to tell something.
Yeah, who is this?
Anantan.
Cheppandi.
Chittibabu sir rightly said what we are doing, we should do with understanding. Whatever rituals, minimum rituals we are following. Instead that he said to go and find out the meaning in the Google, and that may not be good, because Google, we don't know how they are posting and how we take that one. So it is better to learn from. There are so many videos on Sandhya Vandanam, are all the things by our gurus. So we should learn from somebody, because these are all misinterpreted so many places. As Prabhuji is telling, see, same Kriya Yoga given in Patanjali, somebody is using as something else, and everybody makes their brand. So it is better. Now we should learn from the from gurus only, especially for this Vedic practices. We should follow only gurus. Otherwise, we will land in problems, and that may not be solved. That's my thought.
Yeah, actually, firstly, we should know what are the good habits. And secondly, you know more about it, how to do it, and what are the plus minus points and those things. How do we go about is probably we will list out all the good habits, which is not an easy job to do. Who can do this? And some expert who is really, has a passion for this sort of practicing good habits. Anybody who can volunteer for this?
Babu Garu, we are at such an age, of course, I'm talking about most of the people. What is Sadacharam? Everybody knows, but they don't do it. That's the only thing. Maybe they are doing part of it. It's not that they are not doing anything. But waking up early, etc., are things which they know.
Okay,
if they do,
if
at least
everybody
once.
knows, anyway, one of you can list it out, or if there is no volunteer, then I request Challa Chittibabu Garu to list it.
Sir, please excuse me.
ఒక విషయం నేను చెప్పదలుచుకున్నానండి, ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ మైండ్.
చెప్పండి, ఆనందరావు గారు.
సార్ నమస్కారం సార్, సభ్యులందరికీ కూడాను. We are at the age above 60. many people are here than the youngsters are participating. The root cause, because we know that we are getting up and then we are participating, at least for the fear of before when we have to come by, we have to sit here by 6:30 means we are getting up much earlier, doing snana, taking bath, doing Sanjyavandanam, then sitting before our dayas. So, which is our ritual. That means we do not have anything to say for ourselves. But the only thing is, we have to impart this knowledge, those who are not doing. Who are they means, suppose my son is there, he is there doing slavery for the English people. He has studied BTech, MBA and all those things. And then they are not doing Indian services. Indian services are different, 10 to 5 school. Whereas when they are doing night shift, evening shift, morning shift, there is no regularity in their lives, their lifestyle. I cannot tell anything to my own son, because of his different lifestyle, which is necessary for his livelihood. We are now in Andhra Pradesh, there is no unit, there is no industry that has come up for the last 15 years. When he was working in Deloitte, I asked him to come to Vijayawada to stay here. When the partition takes place, certainly AP will come up in the limelight in the world also. He left the Deloitte on my word. He has come to Andhra Pradesh. What is the fate of Andhra Pradesh even today? He has lost his job. He has not given, he is not having any this one. Still, now he tried the same industry, same this one. Now he is doing the same job. Now, the same thing what I have told, again he is there in the same cycle, sir. So the generation is that everybody wants to foreign services, BTechs, and then they have to join only in English services, not Telugu. We are not having opportunities in our twin cities. So in this lifestyle, how much we can imbibe our knowledge to our younger generation? That's what my question, sir. Is there any possibility of doing it? Unless we give this one at their leisure time. Strictly speaking, they do not have any leisure time. They are sleeping at 10 or 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, getting up at 11 o'clock, again sitting before their machine by 12 o'clock. Again, their routine is there. Except Saturday and Sunday, they do not have any life at all.
Okay.
So this is the main grievance of nowadays generation, sir. How far we can overcome this problem? Our generation, if we think at apex level, if we think of, though the next generation will be having some ideas about it. Our generation is over now. We may be next 5 years or 10 years out. But for next 5 years also, they are doing the same thing, same job, same type of this one. If not one company, the other company. Many people, 60% of the generation is serving those services only.
Okay, sir. What is your background, sir? Can you
This is my this one opinion. We are having every sadacharas, we are maintaining. How far we are?
Okay.
Yeah.
Our generation.
Anandarao garu.
Thank you, sir.
We have understood what you said. Can you introduce yourself?
Thank you, sir. That's the only thing we have to ponder over.
Can you introduce yourself, Anandarao garu? Hello.
Hello.
Can you introduce yourself?
Sir, na peru Anandarao andi. I am living in Tenali now.
Tenali. Okay. What you were working before?
I was there in Hyderabad working for ICRISAT initially in 1974 after my degree completion.
Okay.
Then I shifted to ESI Corporation, central government job.
Which one?
That is ESI Corporation, central government job.
Okay.
Then I joined Canara Bank as a clerk.
Okay.
I served in various levels in Canara Bank, going Calcutta, Delhi, and so many places. Sitting there for every promotion, we have to move our place. We have to go around. I never stayed in my native place, in my native house also so far. So that is the puzzle. So even when I was going, sir, one thing I want to tell,
Another
Even when I am going to outside my service, I took my family along with me. My children, my son and then daughter, they have the knowledge of culture and all those things. Still they are having, they are holding, they are studied. I made them to study in a Sanskrit language as the optional language also, sir. They know it. But the present circumstances are like that. I am unable to enforce them any of these things into my children.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll have to take other questions also. Thank you, Anand Rao garu.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Murthy garu. Murthy garu wants to.
KM Rao garu has been waiting. KM Rao garu, are you there? He left.
Yeah, Murthy garu is there.
నమస్తే అండి.
చెప్పండి.
మన గురువు గారు ఈ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ గురించి ఒక రిఫర్ చేశారు. అది మనం ఈ రోజుల్లో ఆర్మీకి అవసరమే కదా. అంటే మనం సనాతన ధర్మ ఈ సనాతన ధర్మ అగైనెస్ట్ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ యూజ్ డోంట్ టెక్నాలజీ అండ్ ఆల్. Is there any stand from Sanatana Dharma that it is against this one?
Actually, if you know, our ancestors were using Vimana Shastram and then all those Vimanas which are, their technology is much higher than ours. So we want to find out what is there in that. Some research in the Vedic scripts and a lot of articles are coming on that. So we are publishing it in our journal also. So we are not against any technology. In fact, we are trying to discover the technology from our Sanskrit scripts, our Sanatana Dharma.
So we're not against it.
We are for it. We want to discover it.
Okay.
Yeah. And what about Murthy garu, Ella Peddi garu?
LA So, I have one point regarding what Challa Chittibabu garu was mentioning regarding Sandhya Vandanam. See, there is one KC Das Trust. Most of the people may be aware of it also. They are the people who are promoting this Sandhya Vandanam very rigorously and very sincerely. Because I am one of the beneficiaries. I have undergone that 2 weeks course, and since then I have started doing Sandhya Vandanam every day without any gap since last 1 month, 1.5 months. So, and there is they have a library in which for most of the mantras or explanations or frequent asked questions, there are answers in that. So maybe that will help us to understand. Particularly, I am talking about Sandhya Vandanam. Just I want to add to his thing. And I have one more point, sir. That is, this is Kali Yuga is known for adharma, running as per people say with one pada only, right from Krita Yuga to Kali Yuga. So when
Murthy garu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can we do Prarthana Janaganamana after that?
Yes, sure. Sure, sir. Sure.
Definitely. Please take that.
Yeah.
Let us do Prarthana, Ananthan garu.
Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaah O Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyasharini Deshoyam Kshobarahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayah Aputrah Putrinas Santu Pautrinah Adana Sadana Santu Jivantu Sharadam Shatam Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Akaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कार।
So let us recite one, Janagana Mana.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद जय हिंद।
ఓకే, ధన్యవాదాలండి అనంతన్ గారు, చిట్చల చిట్టిబాబు గారు.